everybody. Welcome to the first ever More with Mindie talk show. I'm your host, Mindie Barnett, and I'm so excited to be joined by Eddie Keels, who's the publisher, CEO extraordinaire of Philly Current magazine, among some other amazing, businesses and things like that, too. Thank you so much for being here, Eddie.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
And you crossed the bridge. You came over to Jersey.
It was scary.
I'm flattered.
It was a little scary. It was a little scary to get there, but
yeah, the Delaware River can have that effect on me too. So anyway, here we are. This is the place where we're going to talk about pretty much anything and everything. Today we're going to focus on you and your amazing magazine that you started in 2012. Congratulations on that
very much.
incredible feat. I know that is definitely a difficult industry to break into.
Yes, yes.
So,
especially nowadays.
Yeah. I know that firsthand from being in PR.
Sure.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what makes your magazine as successful as it is, a little bit about what makes it different than other magazines out there, and what your magical spell is.
Oh, boy. Well, a lot of luck. That's the magical spell. But honestly, I really wanted to bring something completely different that the magazine world, whether it's in Philadelphia or anywhere else, really hasn't seen. So I thought to myself, so my background is in the arts. So I have my own advertising graphic design company, so I always look for the visual, always. So I said to myself, why don't magazines, print magazines, look like coffee table books? Just beautiful books that you wouldn't mind having out.
And your magazine is really pretty. It's smaller too, which is cool. It's not this big, bulky, heavy magazine that that is kind of cumbersome to move around with if you want to take it on a trip or read it at your leisure on a train.
It's
exactly.
Accessible. When it comes to the size, again, I like to tell stories. I love Easter eggs. So in our world, Easter eggs are little hidden things.
Oh, that's cool.
Our little hidden things.
I like them too.
In design,
especially when they're packed with gold.
Exactly.
And maybe $1 as opposed to jelly beans. But go ahead.
So what I did was, a lot of people say, oh, the Square magazine. Like if I say, I own Philly Current.
So
the Square one.
It.
I branded it, but it's not a perfect square. And this is why. It's always, everything I do is always a little bit off, a little bit quirky. So we're actually 8.5 by 8. So people say, is it cheaper to print that way? No, it is more expensive to print that way, because I like to say we are your traditional magazine. So that 8.5 standard size is our classic moment, and then just the fact that we're a little bit goofy, just a little bit unique, that's what makes it a little bit imperfect, but visually it's such a nice, compact thing that people say, it's the square one.
That's
it's the square
cool.
one.
So that's like how you're known.
I love the storytell, right.
Yeah,
I love the storytell.
So what's in that amazing square that makes it so awesome? I mean, you have some really cool cover, issue titles, I should say, like the awesome issue, the dirty issue. What's the dirty issue?
Right. So they're one of the things I wanted to bring about. I feel like the publications, especially magazines everywhere, didn't have an anchor. Because you can go in and talk about real estate. You can go in and it's just basically an ad book after page 82 or whatever it is. And I said, this is going to be a true editorial magazine. I'm going to limit ads to no more than 10 an issue, no matter what.
Oh, wow.
I turn ads away, which is crazy. And all the business people out there, you're probably looking at me and being like, that's not the way to sustain a business. And it's not. But this is my love letter to Philadelphia. This is it. I really wanted to give something from me, because I have a whole other business. I could deal with mortgage with that, right?
Okay.
So I wanted to give my love letter to Philadelphia and the surrounding areas, so we chock it full of true features. You can read it today, it's relevant. Next week, relevant. 8 years from now, we tell the story. So people always ask me, well, what's a feature article? What's a features magazine? And I say this, we don't tell the score of the Phillies game last night, or we don't give a pitching stat.
You don't date yourself.
Right. We find out he had a crazy thing, the pitcher, happened to him, this Phillies pitcher. Let's tell that story. Let's tell the full story, not what happened last night in that one game that has an expiration date.
So you're still focusing obviously on Philly culture and Philly who's who and things like that, but you're focusing a little bit further into who they are, what makes them so cool. Why do we care that they scored? Well, we care because we like the Phillies.
Well, we love them.
But why do we care that this happened to them and like things like that? Yeah.
We tell the stories that other people I felt in 2012 and I feel now aren't telling.
Gotcha.
And that's the thing. I love to storytell and to give my readership just a nice, I had no idea. Like that's what I want people to feel.
Kind of like raise their eyebrows a little bit.
Yeah. That's it. I'm all about the raised eyebrows. All about them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me though, if you only have 10 ads,
right.
Is that just to cover the cost of printing the magazine?
That's it.
Is it free to subscribe to it, or is there a subscription fee, or how do people get it?
So it's complimentary out in over 300 locations around Philly, the Burbs, some South Jersey. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And then there's so a few years back we got a lot of interest, and people started saying, hey, I will pay for this if it can come to my house. So again, I can't do anything simple and slap a barcode on something. Because again, I want that coffee table book feel.
Right.
You know, I print on 80 to 100 pound stock. A lot of people don't know what that is, but it's not the tissue paper that you
heavy.
That you
it's
normally
like a heavy,
feel.
Sorry, it's like a heavy card stock.
That's it.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like a very nice feel. I saturate it with ink. So I said, I'm not going to put this through the mail. It'll get ripped up.
Yeah.
So we have 120 pound black matte envelopes where basically my wife hates me for this, but I literally take a week. And
they come in the mail. It's real pretty.
And just thousands. I'm stamping them myself. Because again, if this is my love letter, this is my love letter.
You're spending a
you know
lot
what I
of your
mean?
love
I'm not going to get a line of interns that just go lick it, because it's not that personal feel.
Okay, we need to take a little break, but
I get so excited.
I know it is very exciting. We're going to hear more about what Eddie loves about Philadelphia, what he expects in 2019, and much more. Stay with us.
Selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
For independent living for seniors age 62 and over, People Inc. offers safe, maintenance-free apartments across Western New York. The affordable rent is income-based. For more information, call People Inc. Senior Living at 817-9090.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where
Hi everybody, you're back with more with Mindie. I'm joined by Eddie Keels from Philly Current, and we were just delving a little bit into the different issues. We're going to show you some of the amazing covers.
Yes.
Let's first talk about the dirty issue. What's that?
Well, every issue that we have, again, has that anchor, that theme that I felt like was missing. So we've done everything from the warm issue, the green issue, and some editorial is spot on. Exactly what you think the green issue would be. That's what we talk about.
But when I think of dirty, I think of something I'm not sure. It's either you missed a shower or you're doing something else. So what is it?
We have a lot of different things. Okay. So on our cover for that one was actually Preston and Steve.
Oh, they're funny.
Fantastic guys that were celebrating a milestone on the radio. So we actually used them for the cover.
Okay. Oh, there they are.
Of that,
Yeah, they're great.
See this? My mind is so crazy with all these issues. They were actually the clean issue as a tongue-in-cheek.
Okay.
As a tongue-in-cheek thing. The dirty issue, we actually got Mark Summers of Double Dare fame.
Oh, gotcha, with the slime.
Correct.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that was actually So that was actually our dirty issue, and he is. A lot of people ask me, how was he to work with?
Yeah.
And usually I'm like, he's great. He is exactly as nice as you want him to be.
Oh, really?
That's the thing, because all these people are like, he has to be the best guy. He is the best guy.
Was he the original host on
Oh,
Double?
yeah.
He was. I remember as a kid watching that.
Yeah,
And
the best.
all I wanted to do was be on that show.
That was a
and he was like a heartthrob. I mean, he's still a handsome man.
He still is.
Yeah.
Good-looking dude.
Yeah, he is.
But that was a day and a half up to New York just to
That's
do the
cool.
shoot because he was in the middle of all this promotion for the reboot of the show,
Yeah.
it was a childhood dream come true.
Awesome.
It was amazing.
Next, you have to hit Sesame Street.
I know. It's coming. It's coming.
Bring me with you.
Elmo will be on the cover.
Oh, I love Elmo.
That'd be amazing.
And Mr. Snuffleupagus. No, that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me a little bit about what your vision is, and what you think we're going to be seeing in 2019, and how you see Philly Current evolving into all of that.
Yes. Well, I think we're on a good path. I think we're doing things the right way. We're not making it about the ads or the money or anything like that.
I'm sure your readers appreciate that.
Exactly. We're putting our head down and we're just doing what we do, and more people are loving what we do, which makes me, it's very, very heartwarming. It makes me happy. Like, this is my baby.
You should be very proud.
Hey, thank you. 2019, and again, I've been doing this for six years, November 1st. So
wow, congratulations.
Thank you. We're getting there.
Sweet 6.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Art. There are so many talented artists in this city and in South Jersey. I always have to add that for you.
Philly, Greater Philadelphia.
But it's true. There's such talent that I feel like they don't get celebrated as much as they should.
Right.
So so we're doing a lot of stuff with these talents in this upcoming issue, the Impact issue. We actually have 2 phenomenal artists.
Oh, that's awesome.
One's a mixed media guy. One is a comic book artist, and basically he features the Black heroes and what they're doing. So it's a perfect fit for the Impact issue. The talent is crazy, so I see that actually rolling over into 2019, and we're just going to keep pushing this out because I love to promote the people who really don't get that shot.
Right.
To be promoted from day one.
Space to crack.
And from day one, like we have the Mark Summers, we've had Boyz II Men and G Love and all these people that you would know.
Boyz II Men. Sorry, I can't help it.
I love it. It's a Philly girl. I like it. I
like them too. They're cool. Yeah.
But we also like to have those people where you look at the cover and you think, who is this? That's what I want to see. Who is it? Turn open, and you will know exactly who it is, and we will tell their full story.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it like that.
Very, very cool.
Thank
So
you.
do you see any changes, like anything coming out in the city that you think of? If not, you don't want to share any secrets, that's okay. Just curious.
I can't release everything that we have planned.
Right.
But development's huge right now. Development's huge. Everybody's building. Everybody's opening.
That's great.
Everywhere you turn, there's a brewery. You know what I mean? There's a
Like
microbrewery,
that even better?
which is good.
Yeah.
Everybody's thirsty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you might as well. But yeah, we have a lot of fun things coming for 2019.
That's great. A lot of the hospitality space too.
Oh, sure.
That's awesome.
Oh, sure. I got you covered, Mindy.
Yeah.
I got you covered. My favorite PR person right here. My
Thanks,
favorite.
Eddie. Thank you.
Everyone else is very upset right now.
It's okay. I'm sure you say that to them too.
But you were with us from day one.
Yeah.
From day one, you saw it and you knew
No,
what was up.
it was
great.
definitely a good place to be for sure. It's an awesome magazine.
Thank
So
you.
tell me a little bit about you. This is
Okay.
obviously your love letter, and I want to get
Yes.
back a little bit to how much effort you put into getting the magazine out. It's all in the delivery. You're obviously an ad person or like a marketing person, I should say.
Right.
And the magazine comes every when it comes every
Other month,
quarter,
yeah.
right. And it's in this gorgeous like envelope, and I always think, "Ooh, what is this present?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Philly Current," you know.
Yeah.
So it's very cool. So you spend the time, you dedicate your time to like really getting it out there and making sure people are obviously receiving it, because you don't want it to obviously get, God forbid, it gets thrown in the trash or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was the main goal.
is that a
was
lot
the
of the reception you're getting from your readers too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like this is a piece. So a lot of people say this. Not only does it look like a coffee table book, this is my coffee table book.
Right.
There are people who say I keep the last year of Philly Currents spread out on my table, just as a visual. So when I get people from different towns, they get to
awesome.
see what's up because it looks pretty. It's not bent and trashed and wet.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Because it comes to you pristine.
Right.
You're gonna read it. You're gonna keep it pristine, and it's just good material. When everybody doubts print,
That's
great. I feel like Prince back a little bit, which
so
is
they
great.
can almost use it as a little guide or what have you in terms of what to. Is there anything in Philadelphia that you would not cover? Like, is it, like, cause I know you're all about the features, and so you're staying away from a lot of like maybe some of the scandals and negative types of stories.
We don't do the gossip.
You're feel good.
We're not the I mean, everything we do is positive. You know what I mean? And even if it does have a kind of uphill climb kind of feel, it always resolves. It always resolves because I feel like people, the Daily News, awesome. Inquirer, awesome.
They all have their places.
That's where you, you know what I mean? That's where you get your journalistic views.
Right.
But we're your break. We're your half-hour break.
Right.
On SEPTA, on the way to work.
Okay.
Or on a Sunday morning when you're drinking your coffee, and you could just enjoy something.
And not
for
feel
45
stressed
minutes.
out by reading it. I understand.
Exactly.
Fully.
That's our whole
wonderful.
vibe.
You're a great Monday motivation. That's for sure. That's for sure. So we're going to get into a little bit, just to tease what's coming up in the next block. We're going to talk a little bit about what your intermission was. So for those of you watching who may not know, I've recently penned a book called Intermission. It's presently available online on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, but it's going to be out in stores in February. But I'm asking all of my guests what their own intermission was. And by intermission, I mean what happened in your life where you had to almost take like a pregnant pause and kind of reflect, maybe change gears, put your blinker on your car, switch lanes, or stay where you are, but go in, go in that direction, maybe with a different mindset or something like that. So we're going to find out what what you have to say, and maybe something that shook you to your core, whether it was when you were younger, or maybe in your middle of your life, or you're a dad now. Maybe it's something personal that's going on. We'll find all about that in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
And fat cats rule our fortunes. One woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union. Already in a neighborhood near you.
Assurance. It's a word, a touch, a look that sparks a feeling, peace of mind, that everything will be all right. These are the moments that inspire us to do more than you'd ever expect from a car insurance company, at a price that's less than you'd expect. This is more than just insurance. This is Plymouth Rock Assurance. Visit us at PlymouthRock.com.
Hi, my name's Casey Price, host of a brand new show called Everyday Elder Care. My show will help you take the stress out of caring for your elderly loved one by educating you about options and solutions you may not even know exist. Tune in every Tuesday at noon on RVN TV. We'll see you there.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
For independent living for seniors age 62 and over, People Inc. offers safe, maintenance-free apartments across Western New York. The affordable rent is income-based. For more information, call People Inc. Senior Living at 817-9090.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Assurance. It's a word, a touch, a look that sparks a feeling. Peace of mind that everything will be all right. These are the moments that inspire us to do more than you'd ever expect from a car insurance company at a price that's less than you'd expect. This is more than just insurance. This is Plymouth Rock Assurance. Visit us at PlymouthRock.com.
Hi, my name's Casey Price, host of a brand new show called Everyday Elder Care. My show will help you take the stress out of caring for your elderly loved one by educating you about options and solutions you may not even know exist. Tune in every Tuesday at noon on RVN TV. We'll see you there.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. More with Mindie. I'm with Eddie Keels from Philly Current, and we are going to switch gears just a little bit. I have recently penned a book, Eddie, in case you didn't know. It's called Intermission, and basically people always ask me, what is intermission? So obviously, if you're in a theater, you're a theater goer and a Broadway lover like myself, you have no question about what intermission is. It's the pause in between Act 1, Act 2. Sometimes it's more trending now to even have an Act 3, where the lights go down, the curtains close, you get up, use the restroom, you get some wine or some M&Ms or whatever it may be, and you just take a little pause. Well, an intermission in your life could be basically the same thing. And so my book, which is basically a motivational memoir, kind of reflects on a variety of different intermissions that I had in my life. One being, switching careers. I used to be a news anchor. Now I have a PR firm. Another, when I had my children and I was, trying to juggle being a working mom, and mommy as well as like CEO and trying to figure that out. And also when I went through a life change a couple years ago and got divorced, like things like that. Right. So I am going to ask all of my guests on this show, what intermission sticks out in your mind that was most profound? It could be something that maybe it was a little difficult to get through, or perhaps it was life-changing in the sense that it really gave you the wherewithal to take the leap and do what you needed to do to go into your second act with a vengeance.
Right.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay.
A lot of pressure.
So, I mean, it all started when, really, business speaking, when I created the magazine. It's 2012. The print is dead, and all that nonsense that you hear, and my goal was to bring it back. So it's funny, like I asked my wife, my now wife, I didn't ask her, I told her, I think I'm going to start a magazine.
And what did she say?
And
oh my God!
No, she said,
was supportive?
This is how crazy the concept was. She said, "Oh, like a blog." And I said, no.
Because everybody thinks digital immediately.
Right,
yeah,
right. And I said, no, a magazine. She's like, oh, an online magazine. I said, no, a hold in your hands, beautiful, turn the page magazine. And she said, okay. You know what I mean? And that's one of those moments, if my long-term girlfriend is saying, okay, that is all the motivation I needed.
You let
You know what I
her
mean?
stamp of approval?
Exactly.
Or that she didn't argue and say you're out of your mind? Like,
That
why
she
would you
thought,
invest money into this?
That's a really interesting, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's a really interesting way to go about a different career you didn't need
Right.
at the time. So I'm thinking to myself,
don't blame me for that.
everyone's gonna
Yeah.
react that way,
Right.
and I love it. What I tell people a lot in different speaking engagements is, I love to slap impossible in the face. I love it. I love it. It is the most fun thing. I'm just a kid from South Philly, right?
Right.
I'm just a kid from South Philly who has a creative mind.
Right.
And I really, really, really wanted to do this because I felt like I'm on this earth to visually promote and to promote those who can't promote themselves.
That's awesome.
Whether it's an artist, whether it's this. So.
And you're in a position to be able to do that. You're very
Well,
blessed.
now-
and
right.
you have a lot
Thank
of,
you.
you're very talented. For
I
those of you who
appreciate
don't
it.
know this man, he is a source of energy and
Thank you.
enthusiasm. No, you really are. You're a gem. I mean, you truly are. I'm
appreciate
not just
that.
saying this because you're sitting here with me. I do believe that in my
Yeah,
heart.
I'll give you your 20 later.
No, truly, you really are.
Thank you.
And I think that looking at something and thinking that you wanted to do it and just going for it is tremendous. I mean, I usually go about things in that way, but a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people are scared,
Sure.
and they listen to naysayers, and they're content and comfortable in their present situation.
Right.
So it's hard. So when you decided to do that, did you pause for a minute and kind of get your ducks in a row? I hate that expression, but it applies.
Right, no.
Were they quacking already and lined up and following their mother?
I don't pause.
Okay.
I really don't. That's not in my
Vocabulary?
I just power through. I don't put a lot out. I'm not a public guy when it comes to things
Sure.
like that. I just, again, keep my head down and just go. But of course, there's trials and tribulations along the way. Like, you get sad at certain moments.
Sure.
Where you feel like this isn't gonna happen.
Right.
Like, I get crazy too. Like, I always have a smile on my face, but I get a little crazy sometimes. But my mother told me something when I was younger, and this quote just stuck with me for years. I'm 34 now, stuck with me all these years, is, if everyone in the world wrote down their biggest problem on a slip of paper and they all threw it into a pile, you would go in and take yours out.
Huh.
That's something that she always said, because no matter how bad it gets, so many people have it worse.
I agree with that.
So many people have it
I
worse,
definitely
and
do.
that is just something, every time I get to my wit's end, if I'm late for layout, if things aren't good with the print shop, if all these things are piling up, I think to myself, I have it real good.
You do.
I have
you
it
do.
real
We
good.
all have to keep that in mind.
That's
A little
right.
bit of gratitude on this rainy Monday. But thank you so much for being here.
Of
You are a
course.
pleasure. You are a
Thank
fun
you.
guest. And we're going to say goodbye, but next week I want to just give the next guest a little plug.
Sure.
She is a personal friend of mine, and she is a whiz. Janice Armstrong from the Philadelphia Inquirer and the Philly Daily News is going to dish everything Philly. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Mwah. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.